best way to have a relationship or have a sexual relationship is for the two people to actually like each other. Because the biggest issue is that a lot of people try to exchange. And what I mean by exchange is a woman will be like, if you take me on a date, I'll give you sex. And a man is like, if you give me sex, I'll take you on a date. Usually, the relationships that last the longest is when the both of the people aren't judgy and both the people actually like one another. And they're not trying to exchange, they just give it to each other. So a man is like, let me get some sex. The woman's like, okay, they both have sex because they both really want sex from one another. And then the man is like, let me take you on a date. Boom. Y'all go on the dates because you want to go on the dates with each other. It's actually a really simple formula. And this is why I always say if a person is trying to exchange or trade, they do not find you attractive. They do not find you sexually attractive, physically attractive. They don't find you verbally attractive. Their emotions are not connected to yours. It is what it is because it's not going to be this trade thing. I'll give you this if you give me this. It's not going to be that. If it's a trade, it's not an attraction. Because if someone is really truthfully attracted to you, it's not going to be this long, drawn out, annoying battle. People who are truthfully attracted to one another are not going to make it hard for the other person. Which is why I always say, whether you're a man or a woman, if the other person is making everything extremely complicated, they probably don't like you. It is what it is. And I can put some of my experiences in there. I've had some females where they did this, where they're like, if you do this, I'll do this. I've had that a couple of times, but I've also had females where they just liked me and it just went cool. It was smooth. There was none of that drama. It wasn't no if I might give you a kiss if you do this. That no, that's if you got to trade, the woman don't like you. It's not supposed to be a trading. Like they're acting like it's Pokemon cards. It ain't supposed to be like Pokemon cards. It's supposed to be smooth and it's supposed to just go good. You know, because usually if someone's attracted to you, you guys are usually gonna have a really amazing conversation, and then after that conversation, you're probably gonna vibe with one another. Whether you walk around the mall or you're walking around wherever you met this person at, you're probably going to have a good time. And it's not going to be, and I've explained this to men multiple times when it comes to the male side. A woman is not going to play texting games if she actually truthfully likes you. There will be no texting games. You might text her one time and she might call you. That's how it's going to be. And honestly, if you're an adult, you should just call each other. The texting thing just gets kind of old. I've actually told this to a couple of my friends, like even just talking to your guy friends, like, bro, look, we need to talk on the phone, bro. This texting thing is annoying as hell. I don't know what y'all obsession is with texting, especially considering the fact that even if people are busy, they're not so busy to the point where they can't grab their phone and be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? So if a person is just ignoring you, they're just ignoring you. I know people be busy. I know people be going through a lot of stuff. Some people got two jobs, three jobs, whatever the case may be. But usually they're going to hit you up and talk to you if they're really truthfully your friend. It is what it is. Regardless if people are like, well, they're busy. They're not going to make excuses. True friends ain't going to make excuses. A chick or a man, if you're a woman, is not going to make a bunch of excuses. They're going to show you that they like you and they're going to be very attracted to you. Now, one thing I have noticed that I will talk about is that women, they all like different things, okay? Women are very similar to one another, but they all like different things. I've seen some women where they just really like a dude who's a very good talker, who can have amazing conversation, who can talk about a million things and can talk their ear off. I've seen women be extremely attracted to dudes like that. I've seen women be attracted to men because the man is extremely kind. I've seen women be attracted to a dude because he has the best style, because his swag is on point. I've seen women like a dude because he's a little edgy. I've seen women like a dude because he's a bad boy. I've seen women like a dude because he knows how to stay calm under every situation. I've seen women who like dudes who are way bigger and taller and gianter than them. There's some women that are like 5 foot, look like a cute little princess, and they want a big giant ogre. Dude is fat, about 400 pounds, but he also hella tall, like 6'6" type of nigga. Some women like that shit. They like somebody towering over them, you know what I'm saying? Some women really like that. I've seen some women say they're attracted to me because they like big arms or whatever. You know, some women just like a chunky dude. Some women like a dude who's skinny. Some women like a dude who's tall. Some women like a dude who's small. I've met women who like a dude who literally is just like a little 5 foot white boy with long hair, but his girlfriend literally is like 4 inches taller than him. Some women like feminine men, but those men still act masculine. Some women like very masculine men. Some women like extremely girly men who are still into women. So they're like men who like to do the same things they do, like nails and toes and they dress kind of girly. Some women are attracted to trans men. Some women are attracted to trans women. You know, some women are just attracted to a whole lot of things. Some women like a man who's feminine so they can be above the man. Like some masculine women really like a very feminine man. Some masculine women like a very masculine man. You know, so it all depends. This is why I always say that you can't think one way. I always try to tell everybody this: don't think one way, because there's multiple ways of thinking. There's multiple ways that people think in general. There are multiple things that people are usually attracted to, and most people are not as surface level as other people think they are. You know, it is what it is. A person might be more enjoyable and more kind than you think they truthfully are, because you're judging them based on looking at them and you're like, oh, this person rude as hell, because you're very surface level. If you judge a person just based off of the first couple of sentences and how their face looks, you're probably very surface level as an individual. Because believe it or not, a lot of people, if you actually sit there and talk to them, a lot of people are pretty interesting. You know, people who are open to talking. Because I've had probably over maybe 200 or 300 conversations, because I used to use Lyft a lot at my job. I used to talk to a lot of people at my job. Um, you know, I used to talk to a lot of people at school because I was just curious to see how people was. Um, you know, it is what it is. I also was a loner. I was both of them dudes. You know, that's another thing. People are walking contradictions. We are walking contradictions. So one day you might be a very calm, cool, collected person. The next day you might be a freaking clown who's goofy and crazy. People are not stable and stagnant. People are not one thing. People are multiple things. Some people have multiple personalities. Some people have, you know, their emotions affect their personality. Some people be in pain you don't even know. Some people might look depressed but be in a good mood. Some people might look like they're in a good mood but be depressed. Some people might look depressed and actually be depressed. You know, and that's what people have to understand. So I always say you got to realize that everything is not one way, because most people think everything is one way. Because most people think one way, but people are individuals. People change drastically day by day sometimes. Some people might be the same for a week and then change drastically the next week, and then change drastically the next week, and then go back to how they was that first week. You get what I'm saying? So most people are not going to be extremely consistent, mostly because most people don't know their goals. They don't know where they're going in life. They're kind of confused about who they are. Everybody is confused on who they are a lot of the time. Everybody, myself included. Sometimes I'm confused on who I am sometimes. You know, that's a part of life. Like that's something to not even be afraid of or have a problem with. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. We all sometimes get confused. We all feel all these different emotions. Um, but just like in my little YouTube shorts, I still would say you want to be kind of calm around females. You know what I'm saying? Let them talk and get everything they need out. You know, that just kind of works better for both people. Um, but yeah, if it's a if it is a trade, the person doesn't like you. It is what it is. Especially if you're a guy. If a woman is like, if you take me on a date, I'll have sex with you after. That's cap usually. It is what it is. Because a woman really like you, 9 times out of 10 actually will make out with you and do some stuff with you beforehand. Even if it's a woman who isn't gonna have sex with you right now and still wants you to kind of wait a couple of months, they'll still like, do some stuff. You feel me? Keep it YouTube friendly. So it is what it is. They'll at least be making out with you a little bit if they into you. It is what it is. But you guys have a good one.